Hello to all my beautiful knights and queens of the world. You already know who it is. It's Mr. Royal Diamond, aka Mr.RoyalNieves, coming back at you with another phenomenal video. So my next topic is gonna be, what are you running away from? Let me just write that down. Okay. Boom. So let's get into it. So I was just sitting here for a couple seconds, or maybe like 2 minutes, and I was thinking like, I need 2 more videos. I need, I need two more topics to talk about, and then something, by God's grace, it was like, that topic of what are you running away from, and and it goes into correlation with another conversation that I had earlier with a family member, and but not per se that family members, but like what they're dealing with, and this is like a big topic too for a lot of people. A lot of people, instead of being kind of like admitting if they're hurting or they're lost or they're going through something, and kneeling before God and asking for help and grace and doing what He's instructing you to do, so you can receive your healing, you can receive your breakthrough, you can receive your peace, because that's what you're looking for, because you don't want to feel like you're lost and you're hurting and it's just painful and you're just like don't know what else to do. Sometimes you have to ask the question, like, what are you running from? Like, and same thing with me, with my personal experience, like, what was I running from? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people tend to run from the very thing that could set them free, and that's basically people running away from God and His truth and what He's saying to truly set you free, because it may make you feel some type of way. It may irritate you, it may bother you, it may make you feel some type of way, because you have to do some kind of work, some kind of transformation, some kind of like overcoming, some kind of like, maybe you have to just continue to build your relationship with God and allow Him to take the wheel, really be very humble and transparent. There's so many people out here that they say they accepted God at one point, and then because something in the word didn't sit well with them or didn't make sense, they was like they just gave up all of a sudden and just went into the world. No, it doesn't work that way. But God shows grace and mercy, because He understands that you may not understand what He's saying, but the word does say you will understand later on in life. But ultimately it has to come from your heart, because God is not only God, but God is a spiritual person. God is your best friend. He is your everything. He understands you. He cares for you. He wants to be part of your life. He wants to be part of your journey, your growth, your journey back to Him. But people feel like that's just impossible. Like their own definition of God in their own mind sometimes might keep them from really embracing and giving God that opportunity to work in your life, that love that He's seeking from you. That connection, that bond, that substance that is so bright that illuminates from you. But so this goes for all the people who run towards the alcohols, the drugs, the sex, the abusiveness, the lies, the overdosing. All the people that start eating a lot because they're trying to cover up how they really feel and what they're really dealing with. You do have an option. You do have a choice. You can and will heal. God is available to all of you. Just because you're going through something, or just because you kind of went astray, or you kind of didn't know any better and you end up doing things you should have been doing and end up getting caught up, does not mean God loves you any less. Does not mean that God does not want you. You know what I'm saying? You are valuable and important to Him. He loves you. He understands you're not perfect, and understand sometimes that's hard, because we don't know our worth, our truth, and we feel like we're not worthy, and we feel like, why me? Why does He love me so much, and all this other stuff, and it kind of like it makes you feel some type of way inside. You know what I'm saying? But I mean in a good way, because you're like all this love, but since we don't know what true love is, we don't know what that looks like, what that feels like, we tend to fight it, because we have like, we become afraid that we could truly be free in God. Because sometimes people fear what they don't understand. You understand what I'm telling you? So if they don't know their self-worth, they don't know their truth, they feel like they're not capable of receiving what God is desperately trying to give you this whole time, to set you free. You are His child. You don't think He knows what you're going through. You don't think He don't know your pain, what you're thinking, what you're doing, who you did it with, how you did it, when you did it, who you did it with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think He know all that? and he still wakes you up every day, what is that telling you? He's telling you that he loves you. He's giving you another chance, another opportunity to get it right. So this is what I mean. What are you running away from? Because if you're thinking that you're going to find true love in delusion, you're not. If you're thinking you're going to find empowerment in dealing with drugs and drinking and doing the most, you're not. You know, it all comes for God. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff comes for God. You know, because we all been there at one point in time doing something we should have been doing. And sometimes, you know, if you don't have God, you end up tending being lost and even doing worse things. You know, kind of like this downward spiral. That's why it's important to have a relationship with God, because He will set you free regardless of what anybody's telling you in this world. So many people have these half bias opinion of something they truly do not understand, or do not even give the fighting chance to understand, because it irritates their spirits, because it irritates a part of them, because they know they're not right, they're not doing what God is telling them to do, they're not living that path, because they feel like they're not worthy. You know, but once you begin to digest that God loves you through your flaws, so-called flaws, your mistakes, your failures, whatever it is that you did, then you honestly giving God a chance to destroy all those lies around your self-worth, your identity, your truth, and all that stuff, that His glory will be glorified, because He made that transformation in you, and all you can ever do is just give Him praise and glory and thank you, because He set you free from the lies of the world, of people, of all these things that was just programmed into you, thinking that you're just small and worthless or useless, or, you know, not capable, not able. All those are just lies. There's so much more to you. There's so much. I mean, it's just mind-blowing how incredible God made all of us, honestly. So take your time to know what that is. So that's what I mean by whatever it is you're running from, and you're just kind of coping with these different things, different behaviors, you know, looking at things you shouldn't be looking at, doing things you shouldn't be doing. All those things are covering up something that you should be taking to God, because God loves you. It doesn't matter what you tell Him. He loves you. He if He was in your face, He'd be like, I already know, and I still love you, and I still want you, and I still accept you, and I still want you to be with me in heaven. So what are you really telling me? You know, because if you're going to admit to me that you're hurting, that you're lost, that you need help, He will start feeding more into you. He will start delivering you. He will start putting people and things and videos and all these things to help you, build you up, to, you know, erase the darkness, erase the impurities, to erase the lies, so you can see how beautiful and pure He truly made you. So I encourage all of you, whatever it may be that you're running from, that you're covering up some other way, some other form, God loves you. He loves you because He thought of you long before He made you, and long before He put you in your mother's womb. He loves you now. He'll love you forever. His love for you will never cease, will never disappear, will never become non-existent. But you, me, all of us have to accept that soul piercing love, that transformation love, that love that you have to run towards every single day without fail. You know what I'm saying? Because it's worth it to feel God's presence, to feel His love. It's just something that is so worth it. You know, it's just, you're not meant to live in regret and pain and fear and delusion and lies and poverty and all these things these people keep trying to tell you. It's lies, all lies. Don't believe them. Trust God. Go to Him and let Him make that final say so, because you can never go wrong with Him. And I don't care what anybody got to say. I don't care what other religion people believe in. I don't care. That doesn't matter to me. All I know is, from my Pacific journey and testimony, He is real, and He is ever so presently available to all of you who call upon Him. So that's just period. Because God is all love. So whatever you're running from, make sure you're running towards Him instead of from Him. You get what I'm saying? Because the closer you get to the light of God and His love, the more purified He will make you. The more free and empowered you will feel. But like I say in all my videos, I love you, God bless you, I thank you. Comment, like, and subscribe, share. You already know. Until my next video. In my next video, let's take the world by storm. Peace.